Welcome back to the Draw Fair to Green podcast. This past week saw a pretty busy week in golf. We had two PGA tournaments, one on the DP World Tour and another one on the LPGA Tour. And we're going to start with the DP World Tour and Dan Bradbury picking up his third career win at the 2026 Joburg Open. It's the second time he's won that event in Johannesburg, South Africa. The first time came in 2022, and it was another good finish coming down the stretch. I think it was him, Brandon Thomas, Robinson Thompson, and Casey Jarvis, who were tied for the lead. And Jarvis made a bogey on the 17th hole, which he was looking to become a three-peat in winning. He's won the previous two events, so he's just playing really good golf right now.
My
And
goodness.
then, yeah, I forget the number, but he would have joined Rarefied Air by winning the third time in a row. And then Robinson Thompson, he makes a bogey on the 18th hole to drop to 16 under. While he's making that bogey, his fellow countryman Dan Bradbury makes a birdie on the 17th, makes an incredible chip shot on the 18th green. I saw it on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, and he had to go up and over a mound behind the green, and it stops to 2 inches for a tap and par. So good for Bradbury. I think he moves up to like fourth in the race to the buy rankings. His goal, he said, was to get one of those PGA Tour cards, and right now he's in one of those positions. Still a long way left, but setting yourself up with a win, pretty good way to start. Casey Jarvis, again, he finished T second, so he's gone win, win, T second in his last three starts. I don't want to say he's all but locked up his PGA Tour card in the last 3 weeks, but for him,
It'll be
it'd be,
tough. Yeah.
yeah. Patrick Reed, I think, finished in the top 10, so he continues his strong golf over there on the DP World Tour. Over on the LPGA Tour at the Blue Bay LPGA, we had me Hyang Lee win. This is her first win since 2017. So that's a real, I mean, was it 8 years since she last won? It was a
Yeah.
rough round, a rough opening nine, played very poorly, and then turned it on and kind of capitalized on her playing competitors' mistakes. But good for her to get that monkey off her back. It's her third career victory. She's been out on the tour a long time. She's 32, so she's not part of that kind of young group that we always talk about there. Again, it's a fourth different winner in four events on the LPGA Tour this year, so it looks like a lot like last year
hmm
so far. But again, they have this week off, and then they go play in California for the Fortnite's Cup, which is a star-studded field already from what I was seeing. But she picks up her third career win over there in the People's Republic of China. PGA Tour, they had two events. We'll start with the Puerto Rico Open. Ricky Castillo picks up his first career win. And I think the craziest part about this was that he was reading after his press conference, the transcripts. He was 11 points shy of being in the Arnold Palmer Invitational, which if you can get in those signature events, that's where you need to be. And he was 11 points shy. And he said he wasn't even going to play this week. And he decided to last minute, and he goes out and wins. He's from the University of Florida. I think this is his second year on tour. He gained his status again through the Corn Ferry. But again, it's as much as that good of a win is for Castillo, we got to talk about Blades Brown again.
Yeah.
The 18-year-old phenom who got another sponsor exemption into a PGA Tour event. He was winning with 6 holes to go. I think it was a one-stroke lead, so it wasn't crazy, but he was winning. And he makes a triple bogey on a par four and just shoots himself out of the tournament again. He was up there at the American Express with Scotty. Now, was he going to win that tournament? Probably not. Chasing Scotty is a lot harder than chasing Ricky Castillo. But again, the young fella has done well, finished third. It's his highest finish on the PGA Tour. Good for him. You saw the likes of John Daly Jr. up there during the third round. Luke
hmm
Clanton, I think, finished five. Gordon Sargent played really well. So it was a really good tournament for the young guys. Again, Castillo, only in his 35th start. He's 25, so another young guy. He gets into the signature events. He gets into the PGA Championship, and he gets a 2 year exemption. Again, the likes of Victor Hovland, Tony Finau have made this tournament their first career victory and have gone on good careers. So maybe a good omen for Castillo. We'll see. But he's in the signature events the rest of the year. And the latest singles event, the Arnold Palmer Invitational. I don't know how much you watched of this event, but boy, oh boy, we talked about last week with Shane Lowry kind of collapsing and giving the tournament to Echeverria. I don't want to call this a collapse by Berger because he didn't even play bad. He didn't make any bogeys really. It just Bhatia shot, I think, 5 under on the back nine after
Hmm.
shooting 3 over. And he went out and he took it from Berger. There was no collapse. I mean, he made a bogey on the first playoff hole, but Bhatia down the stretch was very, very good. I mean, I think he said it was a 6 iron on the 16th hole that he practically dunked it in on the par five for an albatross to tap in for eagle. Um, he played some really good golf down the stretch.
Yeah, Akshay Bhatia played out of his mind. I know when I was following the tournament this weekend, I saw Daniel Berger round one, like 9 under par. And I went, is this the Daniel Berger we know? Because as you know, Daniel Berger, he's been hurt. He had, I think, back surgery, and then I think he was out for, a year and a half, and then he came back last year, and then he broke his finger. So it's been a rough couple of years for Daniel Berger. So it's really nice to see him back, playing well in these signature events with all these top players. And Akshay Bhatia, I know he was putting the lights out to Akshay. He was
Yeah.
all over the course. He was sinking really long putts. The final round, he was looking like, wow, like Akshay Bhatia he's up there, and he's taking the jump. He's played well in these kind of lower level events, and now to win a signature event, it's a pretty big deal. I know there are a lot of people talking about Akshay Bhatia's putter on Twitter. Is he's anchoring? Is this legal? Obviously he's allowed to do it. I I am an old school. I don't like the broomstick putter. However, if it's legal and that's how he finds success, that's I can live with that. It's not living that rule. The broomstick putter is not high up on my enough on my list to make a big deal out of it. I think
No.
hitting out of divots on the fairway is a little bit more is a little higher on
Yeah.
my list. Things like that. But no, Akshay Bhatia, he deserved that win this weekend, and yeah, good for him. I did see a couple of videos of him online. There was a video of him celebrating. There was a video of him back in college doing like a silly dance and like, oh look, Akshay Bhatia's won. So that or he didn't even go to college, but this was junior
No.
golf. So
Yeah.
it
It
was
was I
junior
think it was
golf.
the Junior Ryder Cup, I think
Yes,
maybe.
yes. Well, he
Yeah.
didn't go to college because he went like the
No,
Q school
no,
route.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yes, he was doing a little silly dance back then. They're like, he Akshay Bhatia's just won. So yeah, good for him.
Yeah, I mean, it again, you brought up a good point where his first win was the Barracuda Championship, which is an opposite field event, which is good. It's a PGA Tour win, but still not the best field. The next one was 2 years ago at the Valero Texas Open. Again, an average PGA Tour field, but to pick off one at a signature event where, again, some of the best players didn't play well. We can talk about Rory withdrawing. Scotty looked human, dare I say, for the last 2 rounds. Like it was like, whoa, what is happening with him? And yeah, I mean, he's only 24. He's won 3 times on the PGA Tour and he's 24. I think the craziest thing about his wins are he is 3-0 in playoffs. Every win he's had is in a playoff. I
Wow.
mean, whatever it is, if he gets in a playoff, he doesn't lose. And again, Berger again missed the fairway on the 18th green in the playoff hole, so that just sets him up for trouble. But like you said, Berger was at one point they said in the broadcast he was the 12th ranked player in the world. He was on that Ryder Cup team in Whistling Straits. He was on
Hmm.
a President's Cup team at Liberty National, I think in 2017. Like that famous bunker shot that Spieth holes out at the Travelers. He was in a playoff against Daniel Berger. He's part of this Justin Thomas, Jordan Spieth, and yeah, he had the wrist surgery, one that kept him out a year. Then you said the back and then the finger. Like he's a good player. It clearly shows. He's played well. He's won. I think he has 4 or 5 wins on the PGA Tour. He won at Pebble Beach. That's a hard course to
He's
win
got
at.
a very big win.
Yeah, and again, I wanted him because of the kind of comeback story. He's likable. I thought the fans kind of turned on him in the last couple of holes. Like when it was his par putt on 18 to like force the playoff. As soon as he hit it, like there were people saying go in the water on a putt. I'm like, what did Daniel Berger
Yeah,
do to
what
him?
did Daniel Berger
Like,
do? I know the only controversy I could think of with Daniel Berger is like 4 years ago at the Players, he hit a ball in the water, and Jordan, and I think it was
yes,
Victor Hovland and Jordan Spieth were like, no, it crossed way back there. And he was like, no, it's up
Yeah.
there. And there was the whole
Yeah.
big deal of where did the ball cross to go in the water with Daniel
Yep.
Berger
Yep.
shot on like hole
I
13
forgot about
in
that
that
one.
rainy sawgrass round. So
Yeah.
I mean, I that was that was 4 years ago, and the
Yeah.
guy has dealt with so much. And even if he was possibly doing something, who really cares? Like, it's not that big of a deal. And then, but I also wanted, I also heard that Akshay Bhatia was also complaining about the fans too, saying
Hmm.
some kind of terrible things. I won't, I'm not, I won't go into details what the rumors I heard were, but like they were not nice to Akshay
Okay.
Bhatia. I'll be saying that, and fans at PGA Tour events, as in the waste management, with Hideki, there was an instance when he was
Yeah.
putting for the win and or yeah for the playoff or whatever, and there were fans yelling. So the fans this year hasn't been great.
Yeah, and it's just weird. Like these are two, like it's not again. I don't want to be rude, but it's not Patrick Reed. It's not even Bryson rubs
Or
people the
Wyndham
wrong
Clark,
way.
like guys we
Yeah,
know,
like
you guys have a
it
reputation for that. Like
yeah, exactly. Like I've never heard a bad thing about Patia. I've never heard a bad thing about Berger. They weren't really going at each other. It's not like so. Yeah, that was weird, but it's a really fun tournament, and man, that golf course on Saturday before the rain, if that rain would have never came, I don't know what the course would have looked like Sunday because it looked impossible. Like the greens were like glass, they were firm. It was fun to see. I enjoy the hard golf tournaments, the shot
that's what you
making and all
want
that. Yeah, and
From Arnie's place too. That's what you
yeah.
want.
Yeah, no. So they did a really good setup, and that's always one of my favorite tournaments to watch. And it's a difficult golf course, and being there a couple times and just knowing the shots and like that six tee shot over the water has got to be the most terrifying driving hole on the PGA Tour. Like I can't think of a more terrifying shot because there's literally if you bail right, it's just a fence, and then left is just the massive pond. So it's a great tournament. It always produces good winners. Good for Akshay Bhatia. Maybe he starts to kind of he's in the conversation for the Presidents Cup team. I would assume, especially after this win. I don't think he played 2 years ago. I think Thagala played 2 years ago, and he was kind of the last ones out. But again, he'll be on. I don't want to say he'll be on the team, but he's a good putter. He's the one of the young guys that I think the younger guys should play the Presidents Cup team to get ready for the Ryder Cup. But yeah, it should kick him off, and as we get into the couple harder tournaments, the Players, the Masters, we'll see how it goes. And the Players Championship, you can call it the fifth major, you can call it the Players Tournament, whatever you want to call it. It's one of the most exciting weeks of the year. It's one of the best golf courses to watch on TV and probably even better in person. The first news is like we're not sure. We're recording this Tuesday night, and Rory McIlroy still has not shown up at the golf course. The rumors are he's going to come Wednesday. He's not going to play any practice rounds. He withdrew last week on Saturday morning. He felt some tightness in his back, and I was reading that he said it usually loosens up during his driving range session, and he said it got worse. He didn't even get past a 7 iron. Again, it may just be precautionary that he withdrew. He said he was getting treatment down in Jupiter the last couple of days, and he'll drive up to Ponte Vedra and play no practice round. So he's the defending champ. He's won it twice. He's looking to join Jack Nicklaus as one of the only players to win 3 times.
Hmm.
Scotty Scheffler also looking to win there for the third time. But man, it's exciting. I will say one of the historic things about this was in 2020 they played one round and then it was canceled because of COVID. So I still remember that fondly. Um, Again, it's a great field. It's going to be the best field outside of the majors. Brooks Koepka's making his return. He hasn't played there in 4 years. Um, yeah, it's one of the 17th hole. If they just had a camera on that, I'd watch that all day.
Yeah. I mean, the Players is one of the, it's in the big five, the tournaments that you're outside of the majors, it's, it's this and the waste management where you got to watch every single round, every single shot. It's an unbelievable golf course, beautiful course, and it's very difficult. I saw online that, they're growing the rough out and, and who knows how that might play on the weekend. Obviously, maybe more difficult course. Actually, certainly a more difficult course if they're going the rough out. And they might be treating this as maybe a major, a more difficult course. And with Rory McIlroy not playing, obviously back injuries are extremely tricky. You've seen guys, Tiger Woods has had back problems. Obviously, guys, no one really has the Tiger Woods things, but Will Zalatoris, Daniel Berger,
Yeah.
Justin Thomas, like they're and for like with a sport that's like golf, which is just rotational flexibility and especially with Rory McIlroy's explosiveness, like
Yeah.
that's certainly something to watch for the defending players champion, Masters champion. So and it would certainly be a different tournament if Rory McIlroy is not able to play. But that being said, I am so excited to watch the players this weekend. And they do good news, Nathan. They have for ESPN Plus, I believe they have a whole 17 cam. So I
Okay,
know when I was in
perfect.
high school, I would just be sitting on that whole 17 cam all day, watching all the groups go by, playing 17. And when they hit in the water, be like, hey, I can do that too. Although, that's
Yeah.
much difficult hole. But I'm very excited to see this. I know they're marketing as like a different kind of tournament or something. It's not a major. Like I'm not hearing that. And but that being said, great tournament, and I'm expecting obviously I think a good player is going to win this weekend. We talked about this a few weeks ago, but the caliber of players that win the players are up there. Siwoo Kim, and we talked about him. I was kind of astray, but we see Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, Justin Thomas, who those are the few guys I can remember. But it's
Yeah, I think
always the top players.
I read that was it five, the last five winners were all top 10 in the world coming into the
Hmm.
tournament.
Yes.
So you have, right, Scotty 2 years, Rory a year. I think JT when he won was in the top 10. So yeah, the cream rise to the top. It's this old saying that the best players play the best at the best courses and the most difficult courses. And I know we talk about 17, that three-hole stretch of 16, the par five, where you hit the fairway, you have a decision. You go for the green in two, sure, but if you leak anything to the right, it's into that water. And
Hmm.
so it's like you taking that risk. And then the 18th tee shot, well, I was just talking about the 18th tee shot at
That's
the Arnold
so
Palmer.
scary.
The 18th tee shot, maybe I may have to take my statement back. That may be a more difficult one because if you hit right at the players, you're in pine
Mhm.
straw and trees. And was it, I've seen people like JT and other players get in the straw, try to lay up, and the ball never stops and it rolls into the water on left side
Yeah.
of the fairway. So
Hmm.
they're playing two kind of similar finishing sequences. Like last week, there were Palmer is a par 5 16, par 3 17, long, difficult par 4 18th. It's the same as this week at the Players. And if it's windy, which haven't looked at the weather,
Oh, I hope
if
it's
it's
windy.
windy,
Oh my
it's
goodness.
great for us as viewers, terrible for the players. But again, when JT won it in 2021, it was really windy, and the shot making you have to go around there is fantastic. I think it's
Yes.
great.
That Justin Thomas, I think it was that round two. He was in the afternoon session. I remember the morning session, those guys,
Yeah,
it
got
wasn't windy for the
screwed.
morning. The morning guys were fine, but the afternoon guys, that's where it started blowing like crazy. And Justin Thomas shot, I think, a 69, which was the
Yeah,
most impressive 69 I've ever seen.
yeah,
That he was a shot shaping wizard that afternoon.
yeah.
It's
I
unbelievable.
mean, so again, like it would be interesting to see like Scotty's. I'm gonna say been bad. He was bad last
For
week at the
Scotty,
Arnold
yeah.
Palmer for Scott.
He looks human.
Yeah, like at one point in the final round Sunday, he hits a ball into the trees and they can't identify it as his ball. I'm like, what are we doing? Like this is not me. This is Scotty Shuff. So it's gonna be interesting. I hope the wind is a little tough, but not too crazy. Um, do you have a pick for this week?
I do. I do have a pick. I'm gonna go. I all online. It's been Jake Knapp this, Jake Knapp this, because he's been playing well this season. So called everyone likes Jake Knapp. Great guy, very likable. Rory McIlroy. However, I'm not gonna go with Jake Knapp. I feel like the obvious pick doesn't win. So I'm gonna go with Ludwig Oberg. Ludwig in his last three starts, he's gone T37, T20, and T3. So he's playing a lot better in the last few weeks. Kind
He
of
was great. He was great Saturday at the Arnold Palmer, at least the back nine, and then he was good on Sunday. He just couldn't really make a putt.
mm,
Um,
just tough.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
that's and then So, we know Ludwig Oberg, he had a really good start to his career, and he's kind of calmed down a little bit, but he's still like, the Ludwig Oberg I know, like the kind of golfing robot, not as much as Scotty, but
Yeah.
hits it straight as an arrow and is amazing out there. But a couple stats that are a little intriguing that I was very surprised by. He is 169th in scrambling. So
Yeah.
that's bad. That's very bad.
It could be on a Pete Dye golf course that could do you in because there's a lot of
Yes,
runoffs around here.
there's a
So
lot of
like,
mounds, a lot of little tricky
yeah,
bunkers, a lot of stuff going on around the greens at Sawgrass. So that is certainly something to keep an eye on. And he is 91st in strokes gained putting, so also not very good. Back as you mentioned, Sunday could make a putt, so I'm sure that round didn't help his stats for the season. But he is 41st in strokes gained in approach to green, so that's the Ludwig Oberg iron play that we know, and he's also got some good driving stats as well. So
yeah.
what's I think he can get it done this week, and I don't believe in Scotty. I know it sounds crazy to say, and I hope he proves me wrong, but I need to. We're spoiled with Scotty Scheffler, the way he's been playing the last like 2 years, but I expect more, and I'm not seeing it. But I believe he'll get back. But I'm going with Ludwig Oberg.
Yeah, I thought about picking Ludwig because he was really good on Sunday and it's a really hard golf course. And it's funny you bring up the Scotty thing. Like the PGA Tour, they do all their different articles throughout the week on their website and they do a weekly power rankings. They rank the 15 best players from 15 to 1. Usually every tournament Scotty's in, he's in the top 3. I think last week he was 2 heading in. This week they have him all the way down to 9. I don't
Wow.
know the last time Scotty was not like, but he hasn't been he was not good last week. So I don't know if it's that part of that or what. Um, my pick is the youngest champion in the tournament history. He won it at 21 years old. Siwoo Kim has been phenomenal. He has played 7 times this year. He has 5 top 13 finishes.
Wow.
He just finished, I think, another top 10, or maybe he was 11th last week at the Arnold Palmer. He's second in the whole PGA Tour strokes gained tee to green.
hmm
Okay.
You,
Now,
yeah.
once he gets on the green, who knows? But if he can get hot like he did when he won, I think he won back in, was it 2017? Maybe he won.
Yeah,
If
I
he can
think
get
so.
hot and make putts, it there's something I think something mental with winning here before you know you can do it. You see Scotty and Rory go back to back. JT's played well here since winning. If he can just continue and if he has I don't want to say if he has to have a good week on the greens because I don't think average wins it, especially at a tournament like this. But I think he's playing really well and I think he'll get his second win. And he's another player that second behind I think it was the last 6 months. He's second behind Scotty Scheffler in strokes gained in the last 6 months of play. So if you're second behind Scotty Scheffler, you're playing some good golf, and he can hit a lot of shots. He has a lot of finishes, and now it's just getting that putter to cooperate. Don't break it like he's done in the past. Just putt with your putter all week, and he'll hold that trophy again.
Yeah, I like to say, I think you're a bit of a I think it's safe to say you're a bit of a Siwoo Kim fan. I feel like you picked him
Yeah,
a few times.
I
Rightfully so.
have.
He's very
He's
good.
good,
Rightfully
and
so.
like
There's nothing wrong with that.
the rumors of him and Sung J M going to live, I would have been Sung J M. I like too, but Siwoo Kim's just a different personality, and
Yeah.
he'll let it know when he hits a good shot or when he hates it, and throwing the clubs, breaking the club. Like I don't know, there's something about him, and he's really good and hits some impressive shots. And to win this tournament as a 21-year-old with I think his only win at the time was the Wyndham Championship. Yeah, I think, and he's been playing tough golf courses as well. It's a President's Cup year, so I'm sure he's jacked up for that. He's gonna represent the international team because he's just kind of
Certainly.
that. So yeah, it's been a good year of him, and I think he capitalized with a win here.
I think
Now,
I was close to picking actually someone else who I was close to picking is obviously I don't think this is a a bit of a stretch. It's definitely not, but Chris Gotterup. I know we all have seen Chris Gotterup. Has he won twice this season?
yep,
Yeah. So
yeah, the
Chris Gotterup,
Sony and the Phoenix Open.
yeah, so he's won twice this season, and I know he lives in Florida now. and he's got some good action. And Chris Goddard has arguably been, I would say he's right behind Scotty Scheffler and maybe Roy McIlroy as top one of the top players of these last 6, 8 months.
Yeah.
So I was close to picking him. He's definitely a guy to watch out for this weekend. Not
Yeah, he
ridiculous
played
to say
well last
that.
week too.
Hmm.
Um, Now, last week this kind of happened after we recorded, so that we couldn't talk about it. Did you see the TGL finish last week with Tom Kim making the hole in one?
I did, yes.
Okay, we have to talk about it. They were down, was it two with 3 holes to play? Max birdies the hole to get them within one. They throw the hammer on the par three, second to last hole, and Tom Kim steps up and makes a hole in one.
It
They
just jars it,
practically
yeah.
win the hole because Minwoo Lee doesn't get one. And then on the last hole, they end up winning to get themselves in a playoff. But oh my word, uh, Tiger Woods was. I've never seen Tiger Woods so excited outside of winning a major. He was there. Kisner, Homa, going all over the place. Tom Kim. I know Tom Kim's had a rough stretch of it here on the PGA Tour, but that was probably the coolest moment in the TGL history in the 2 seasons so far.
I'd have to
Um,
100%. That's kind of what they were going for when they made the
yes,
league. Things like that,
yes,
moments like that where
yes,
match play on the simulator and hole in one, you can't write it. That being said, I something with a simulator league, you might be
yeah,
able to throw a couple things in there. I'm not saying they do that, but like that's always got to be in
yeah. Is
thinking
it a real
about.
hole in one? I don't know. Was it a really cool moment to watch? Like, of course, they're up there, like, man, if he makes it and it's a makeable hole, and as like as soon as it started spinning back, I'm like, oh my God, that's in the hole. Like, there's no way this is not going
Yeah.
in. And yeah, it
Tiger
was
made
it.
Tiger made the call. He told
Yeah,
the sim guys what was
yeah.
going to happen.
Yeah, so I mean that was pretty cool. And then I think the next morning after we recorded last week, Team Europe announced their captain for next year's
Yes.
Ryder Cup, and Luke Donald gets the call again, the third straight Ryder Cup.
Mhm.
And to be honest, I didn't think it'd be anyone else other than him. Like who else would they have picked?
Honestly, yeah, why not? He's done such a fantastic job with these last two Ryder Cups, especially last year's away Ryder Cup. I saw a clip from Kevin Kisner on the podcast saying how the Europeans were intentionally hitting it in the rough to take off the
Yes, I
spin with the
I heard
soft
that
greens,
too.
and he was like, "Oh, we're done." On like the whatever the
Yes.
first on the front nine on Thursday, he was like, "We're done," because the Europeans knew what was going on. So Luke Donald. Oh, and also Luke Donald with the hotels we talked about with
Yes,
the
the
with the
sheets and the
doors and yeah,
shampoo and the door.
yes,
Yeah.
all that stuff. Like the man thinks of everything. So picking Luke Donald for another year had to be a no-brainer. I know people were like Luke Donald third year had to have been a no-brainer.
The only other option would have been Justin Rose, but he just won at the Farmers by
Justin Rose is
18. Like,
playing. Justin
yeah,
Rose
he
is
just
playing.
won. He just dominated a field at one of the toughest golf courses on the PGA Tour. He won
Hmm.
by 7. And
Yeah,
then you're not going to go with the live guys. Like, right? It probably should be a Sergio Garcia, a Lee Westwood, a Graham McDowell, Phil, or not Phil Mix. There's a fourth over there. Ian Poulter,
yeah,
Lee,
Ian
or
Poulter.
Henrik Stenson got the captainship ripped from him two Ryder Cups ago when Luke Donald took over for him. Like, yeah, there's no one else. Now you can make a case like maybe they should give it to someone like a Francesco Molinari, so his first Ryder Cup captaincy is on home soil and not on away soil. Sure, maybe, but also you don't want to lose to the U.S. on
No.
your soil, so you're rolling it back. And honestly, it'll probably be 10 of the same players again, right?
Hmm.
Who's not going to be on that team? Maybe not John Rahm with everything that's happening with him in the DP World Tour. Lowry, maybe not. Like, we'll see how he is next year. But then
Matt
you got to think,
Fitzpatrick,
but he's played well. So, like, I don't know. And,
yeah,
like,
it just
so
depends.
why change it up? Like, maybe the other Hogard comes back. Like, who knows? Like, I don't know. Marco Penge comes and I like, there's a whole list of players, but, like, I wouldn't be shocked if they bring a core of that team back. Like, why not?
No,
So
certainly.
that wasn't shocking. The U.S. still hasn't picked one. I guess there's rumors going around that Tiger Woods has till the Masters to decide whether or not he wants it.
Oh, that'd be so sick. But like,
At, at this
I
point,
don't, I don't, I don't know.
I don't know. He's doing so much with TGL and the PGA Tour. He has his kids. Like, can he be as detail oriented as Luke Donald can? I don't know.
Who knows?
Like, can Tiger Woods have someone else do all that for him? Yes.
Like we know
And just
Tiger with
Tiger,
we
like,
we know
so I don't
Tiger
know.
with the golfing. We know Tiger has got that. He's got the killer instinct. He's obsessive.
Yeah.
You see his training schedules. The man was living, breathing golf every day from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. at night when he in his prime. And like, can he bring that obsessive kind of turn that into managing a team? Who knows? And I honestly, right now on the spot, I can't think of an American golfer who is in that age range of a captain who thinks like that and like Luke Donald that can kind of go up there and strategize. I know I was thinking Kevin Kisner, but Kevin
I don't
Kisner is
know.
not
Yeah.
a very strategy. No slight on
No.
Kevin Kisner, but I don't think he is a gives that vibe.
He's
Maybe
a
he
good
is.
assistant.
Yes, maybe
He's
Kevin
good for the
Kisner.
vibes and good with
Yes,
walking with the
for
guys, but
sure.
yeah, like you're saying, the meeting, like he doesn't want to be sitting in meetings for a year talking
No,
about bed sheets and all this.
no.
So
Like, could we bring in
yeah,
Steve Stricker? I don't
that
know.
would be my I don't want to say favorite choice, but I think you can make a case for he was the captain for that dominant win at Whistling Straits. They killed him, and why not? Like again, who's a better pick at this point? You're not gonna call Phil.
Actually,
Like
I think I know a guy. Actually, I actually do. He's actually a Masters winner. I think Zach Johnson. He's probably not. He
not
probably has
again,
nothing going on
not
then.
again, not again. He did just win his first event on the seniors tour, but no, thank you.
Here's the
I
news. No, it's
don't
certainly
want
not.
anything of Z. No. So I again, I don't think they're gonna run it back with Keegan. I'd be shocked if they did, but I think Steve, he plays the seniors tour a little. I think he could get oriented. Again, he was the coach when they dominated Europe 4 years ago. He's played in Ryder Cups. He's played on President's Cups team. Like I think that would be a safe and again, it's going to be tough to beat them at home. So I don't know. I would love for Tiger to do it. The juice would be great. The like competition between him and Donald would be fantastic. I think you could get the team fired up, but there's so much on his plate. I really don't know if he wants to do it right now. I think that's what it's boiling down to. I think it's his if he wants it. If he calls the PGA of America tomorrow and says I want it, it's his. But I don't know how bad he wants to do it.
Exactly.
So and again, if he wants to try to play, he's going to be in meetings all day. So I think they got to decide quicker, sooner than later. Like realistically, what is it? We're a year and 3 months away, and like Europe just named their captain. Like so, they've got to make it a choice relatively soon. I think that's why the timeline is the Masters for Tiger, and then I wouldn't be shocked if they name it pretty quickly after that if he chooses not to do it.
hmm
But that's a discussion for another day. This week's discussion is the Players Championship, the premier PGA Tour event. It's their own tournament. It's run by the PGA Tour. All the players love it. I hear the player accommodations are great. The family accommodations are great. It's a great tournament to watch. It's a great tournament to go to. Again, enjoy it. It's my outside of the majors, it's probably above some of the majors for me. The PGA Championship, I think this tournament's better.
I'd agree.
It's a fun golf course. Again, the 17th hole, especially if it gets into the playoff, you got to watch that. It's just delivers every time. Who hits into the water? Is there any hole in ones? But a great week of viewing. I think it's all on the NBC and the Golf Channel this week. So go enjoy it. Again, Players Championship. We will see you next week. We'll discuss the winner. We'll see who wins, and we'll discuss and preview other things. Again, go check out our website, Fair to Green. Check out our YouTube, Fair to Green, and wherever you listen to podcasts, go listen to us, download it, and give us a review. Enjoy the Players Championship this weekend.